Guys, hey Team Motivate. This video is going to be a short video about how to build your network on Facebook. It's just going to be solely on Facebook. I'm going to be telling you things that I'm doing, what I've been researching, asking other coaches what they did, stuff that I got off the new coach training webinar that Janelle and Mindy did, that I know a lot of my personally sponsored coaches, I have sent that to them to help them out. That's just an hour long and it's about everything. This right here, I just want to talk about how to build your network and make new friends on Facebook, because I know that's one of our to-do lists, but it gets people scared. They don't know how to start. They don't know where to go. And so first of all, relax. We want to use Facebook for what it's intended to do. And the Facebook is intended to be a social media. It's supposed to be social, to make new friends, to, from people that you would never meet on a normal basis. I mean, I know, thank God for Facebook. For me, I met my best friend in Florida that I would have never known existed, but now, I can't live a day without texting her at least 10 times. So, that's what the whole purpose about this is, to be building these relationships and making new friends. So where do you go? How do you start? Where do you go look for new friends? Well, first thing you need to do is make a list. Make a list of 10 topics, either 10 things about that you're interested in, gardening, cooking. Try to, these topics, you want to try to stay away from fitness. I mean, have maybe one or two on this list of 10, but not a full set of it. Maybe certain magazines. Another thing, on Twitter, I know it might be easier, and that might be a different video, but not so much TV shows, because a lot of times people on those pages that we're going to be going, after we make our list, they just want to hear themselves talk. They're not really there to be meeting new people or asking for advice or finding out, what somebody else has done because they had this problem. So that's another thing you want to keep in mind when you're making this list, is these topics of things that you can actually interact with other people and learn from them. And maybe they, maybe it's an expertise that you have that they can learn from you. So on that, back to the list. So make a things that you're interested in, a bucket list. Things that you want to do in your life, like maybe you've always wanted to go to Italy, or you've always wanted to go to Japan, or something like that. That's another bucket list item that you want to put on your list. Moments in life, markers in life. I know for me, because I had breastfed Kaya, I was so new to it and didn't have that much around me on a daily basis for advice when we had problems. And some mamas out there that know that nursing is not, even though it's supposed to be all natural, it's not always that easy to get. So I know that was one of my places that I met a lot of really cool moms and stuff like that. Potty training, graduating, just different life milestones is the word I'm looking for. Milestones. That's another thing you can put on your list. So you sit down and you think really hard, things that are about you, that is going to be natural to jump in conversations and ask questions or answer questions and build relationships on that. So once you get that list of 10 things, go find pages that have to do with that stuff. Go look, on the top of Facebook now, they have that new search button on the very top on the left side. Do a search. You can find pages that way. You're going to find groups that way. Go like the pages, go request to join these groups, and start conversations. See what people are posting. Post things for yourself. I mean, if there's a question you have, that's what they have these groups there for. That's why they have these pages there, so that people can talk. They want you to be talking on their pages. As we know, we want that infinity, so more people come to our pages, so they're going to want that. But you have to go in there with the mindset that you're meeting new people, not that you're looking to sell Shakeology or sell a challenge pack or fill a challenge group. Then when you start thinking that way, then you're thinking like a salesperson. No, you want to be thinking as a person who likes rock climbing, and they found a rock climbing group, and you want to share stories and things that worked and didn't work. And so you build a friendship. So you build these friendships. If you find these people on the page and you guys talk, you're talking back and forth, send a friend request. Let them know after you send their friend request and they accept it. Don't send that message until they accept it, because that message is just going to go into that other folder, and nobody ever checks that folder. So send them a message. Let them know where you found them. The same thing with groups, and I think actually for me, groups have been, I've been more successful of sending friend requests and getting them accepted when I've been in a group versus being on a page, because they see you as a person on there, not just some, it's more of a more personal when you're on that, in that sense. They usually accept it, send it, say, hey, figure we could talk more over here on this side, or just, have a friend and you add it to your list. But because you know how Facebook can be really mean sometimes, and if you request too many people at one day, or somebody says, no, I don't know this person, you can get blocked. I've been blocked up to 14 days. So try to limit adding people to your network, 3 people a day. That's just 3. And that, will satisfy your to-do list, your power hour, everything that you need to be doing if you're in an internship or boot camp. So limit it to 3 people. And then when you're adding these people, you need to be tracking them somewhere. I use Evernote. It's something that I learned from Mindy in one of her old videos. I can talk to you about that in a different video. We can, leave a comment if you want to know how I'm doing mine. But I track it on Evernote. And so every week, the people that haven't accepted my friend request from the previous week, I go delete, take back that friend request, because the more pending friend requests you have, the sooner Facebook is going to keep an eye on you and try to block you from adding more friends. So because you're tracking it, we need to track these people. You go and you can look and see who has accepted your friend or not, and delete that request. They don't want to, that's fine. Move on. Remember, this is about finding friends, so don't take it personally. Well, when you do send that message to somebody, say, hey, I met you on this page, blah, blah, blah. Remember, all your messages that you having a conversation with somebody, end it with a question. Make sure there's questions in there that you're asking about them, that you want to learn about their lives, so that they can come back and the communication keeps going. You want to keep going. You want to learn more about them, because the more you learn about them, then maybe something might come up that says that they may need something that you can provide for them, whether it's health or fitness or financial or whatever, you know what I mean? But if you don't keep that line of communication going, then you'll never know. So that's the way to find new friends, picking new friends and starting a conversation and adding them to your network. And then once they're added to your network, you don't always have to say something about, what you do, or one of the first questions is like, hey, what do you do? But you know what I mean? They'll start seeing your posts on Facebook, and so they'll be inclined to be like, oh, what is she doing? What is he doing? Kind of thing. But again, remember, you're going into this as finding new friends. And then when you start getting into that conversation and something does come up that they may need something, or something about they're getting laid off, their husband's getting laid off, wife, something comes up that you can be like, oh, well, this is what I do, this is what can help, blah, blah, blah. Remember, your intention at that point turns into being a coach, not a friend, and your intention is to help. So don't be upset if they don't buy, because your intention is to help, not to sell. So remember that. And then once you start getting into these groups, you want to be active in the groups. So put that on your to-do list to check these groups that you've that you've joined, so that you post stuff and answer stuff and comment on other people, so that, you seem like an active member of that group. So you definitely want to put that on your list to go check up on all your groups. Not like your challenge groups, but these groups that are your top 10. And that's one more thing. Choose your friend wisely. See people that you actually, because you're starting this relationship and you're talking back and forth either on the group or on the page, that you guys really connect. So you don't want to get that person going, well, I didn't like what she said, so why is she friend requesting me? I'm just going to say, no, I don't know, and then you get banned. So choose them wisely. You got 3 a day, just going for 3 a day. So that is that part of going through, building your network, finding new relationships to be built on Facebook. So here's 5 steps of how you're going to do this. You're going to go add new friends, 3 a day. Build that trusting relationship. How do you build that? Asking questions, finding out what's going on in their life, making it about them. They want to talk about themselves, not about what's going on all up in you. So you got to ask these questions, and you need to listen. You need to read. You need to really figure out what they're saying. And then find out what their needs and wants are first, because you need to learn how to serve them. You're here to serve them, so you need to learn what they need and what they want. So pay attention. And then when you get to the point where something happens and you have presented a workout, a challenge group or something, don't be afraid to ask the have you ever considered? And then tell them why you think they should consider it and how it should benefit them. So that is way when you already built that relationship, that rapport with them, and they trust you and you become friends, and something has come up that says they may need something. Like, just don't bring it out and like they are fit and they have a great job and everything's going good. Don't be like, oh, you should be a coach. How does that make any sense? So it has to make sense. So you find out what their needs are, and then you'll be able to help them. Okay, so some of you that have pages now, not everybody has pages. I'm not saying it's necessary, but if you do have pages, sometimes I get questions like, well, what do I do? How do I do this? I knew I was kind of trying to figure out myself. I spoke with Janelle trying to get points and stuff like that. And so basically, when you're going on your page, you usually are posting, like let's say you post something like, hey, click like if you want more information on my challenge. Okay, that right there, perfect. Send a friend request. 3-day. Remember, 3-day. Don't go too overboard. I mean, you can go a little bit more, but don't go, too much. And then, then you send them a private message saying, hey, thanks for liking my page. I saw that you liked my last post about my upcoming challenge. Loved it. And then you start with your step 2 of your 5-step invite process to your challenge. Find out going back to find out what they need and what they want and what their whys are of why they were interested in your challenge. It may not come to the end where they actually join that challenge that month, but they're already added to your network, and you can build that relationship, and it adds to your friend list. Okay, so you don't have a challenge going on, or you have some new people that have liked your page. Pick a couple. And choose them wisely though. Pick a couple, try to see where they're at, see who they are, and send them send a friend request, send a message saying, hey, thanks for liking my page. Are you into fitness? How long have you been into fitness? Are you a coach? Because now that Team Motivate's getting pretty big, I don't remember everybody's name. I don't know, so sometimes, or even people from not on Team Motivate, I get, people who are coaches. So I just ask that question right away so I know where I'm standing with this new friend of mine. And then that also opens up the conversation of, oh, well, no, what is a coach? Or no, I'm not into fitness, but I want to be in fitness. So there you go. They've liked your page. They liked your page for a reason. So you still want to build that relationship, but they already know that you're there for fitness and helping people. So it's a good little shoe-in on that one. So you can kind of get right in there instead of, trying to figure out more about them. But still, you need to find out what their wants and needs are. So that's how you're going to do with your people who like your page, if you have a page, to find new friends. Then, on the other hand, another thing that you can do is you have a whole friend list. Some of us have 200, 300, thousands of friends that we don't talk to on a daily basis. Some are friends we met on Facebook, some are old high school friends, or just different people in our lives, or they were our friends before we even became coaches. We haven't connected with them. Perfect place to go reconnect with new people. They're already on your friend list. So daily, put this on your to-do list. Every day, pick 3 new people on your friend list and send them a message. Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? If you see that they've been posting about that they were on vacation and they just got back on vacation, or what I mean, check out what's going on in their timeline, see what they're posting, and then ask them about it. Build that, start talking that conversation, see how it's going. Don't right away like, hey, I'm having a challenge, do you want to join? No. Just find out what's going on in their life, see how things are going, see where that goes. if it goes into the direction that you can present, you know, something of a challenge or a business or whatever, great. But it's just so you can go reconnect with your friends and building those relationships, and just being a friend, using social media the way it's supposed to be, using Facebook what it's intended to be, which is intended to be friends, to have friends, to build relationships. So that's basically, I hope this helps, of things that you can do, tips. If you have any more questions, you can leave a comment below, or send me a message, or send your upline and see what, you know, what they're doing, if maybe I missed something that they haven't, you know, that they're doing that I didn't know, or that I'm not doing. But basically, these are the things that I do to help build my network and do it daily. The one thing that I hadn't been doing was doing those 3 emails a day to the friend list, but I have that on my list now that I'll be doing. It's actually in the core activities from Janelle, in the core activities doc from Janelle. So, you know, you got to build those relationships. You got to keep them going. Like, again, it's all about finding what their wants and their needs are. And, you know, so now when somebody says you have to go build your network, you need to add people to your network, you have an idea what you got to do. So I hope this was helpful, and see you guys next week. Bye.